Welcome to this unit in this MentorMosaic learning program about mentoring. This unit is applicable to both future mentees and mentors. In this unit of the program, we demonstrate the use of the MentorMosaic app to support both formal and informal mentorships. The MentorMosaic app has been created to provide a rich range of tools and support for both informal and formal mentoring. The app is available at both the App Store for Apple-issued devices and at Google Play for those who are running the Android operating system on their smartphones. To be clear, formal mentoring happens when a mentor and mentee are matched through a careful process of considering needs, personality, and more. Formal mentoring commonly endures over a period of at least 6 months and uses a mix of meetings and project work to further personal and professional development. MentorMosaic provides 4 key tools to support formal mentoring, in addition to a dedicated text chat tool. Informal mentoring is also possible with MentorMosaic. The app provides a text chat tool but also facilitates matches between mentees and mentors. For the mentee, the app invites you to ask some related questions about a theme and allows you to select an expertise domain, all with the intent of finding willing mentors and experts who belong to your MentorMosaic community. You can choose one or more mentors for each of your questions. An informal mentorship does not typically rely on the tools used in formal mentoring, in part because such mentorships are highly focused on knowledge or skill acquisition in a very short period of time. When you sign up for a MentorMosaic account, you find your people through a question asked in the app about a group code. Your group administrator will provide you with the code, which you generally only need to enter on first use of the app. Once you've connected with your group or organization by entering a unique access code and selecting the Submit button that will appear after a proper code is entered, you will find yourself on a home screen. If you are a mentor, your home screen will be black. More information about mentor features is found later in this use tutorial. The mentee home screen includes 2 buttons, which help the user access either informal or formal mentoring tools. Along the bottom of the home screen is a toolbar with 4 items. You are currently on the home screen, but can return to this screen from other parts of the app by clicking this home button. You can access your personal profile and make edits and changes. You can access the terms and conditions for use of the MentorMosaic app by pressing the relevant button. And finally, should you note technical concerns or are having difficulties with another member of your group, you can click the button Report a Concern to the administrator to access a form that allows you to describe your concern. If you are enrolling in a formal mentoring program with a mentor, you should have been provided with your mentor's ID number. When you tap the Formal Mentorship button on your home screen, you'll be asked for that ID number to create a new pairing. You will only need to enter this number the first time. After properly entering the mentor's ID code, you should type in a brief name for this formal mentoring pair to distinguish it from other formal mentorships you might or will have. When done, click the button at the bottom of the screen to allow MentorMosaic to work its magic and connect you with your mentor. When a connection with a mentor in the system is properly established, you will see this screen, which shows you the name and contact information of your mentor and presents to you the various tools available to you for your mentoring experience. MentorMosaic provides with 4 key tools. The first meeting profile, which you should fill out immediately and which will be shared between you and your mentor. The mentorship meeting agenda, which you should use before each meeting with your mentor to set the stage for your discussion. The mentored project details, which allows you to trap details and file occasional reports on your work on a project that your mentor is supporting or collaborating with you on. And the mentorship checkup, which should be completed after each batch of 3 meetings with your mentor and which is shared with your mentor. On this screen, take a few moments to review the nature of each of the 4 key tools in MentorMosaic that support formal mentoring. When you feel the need to seek an informal mentoring encounter and have clicked on the Informal Mentoring button on your mentee home screen, you will enter into a 3-step process that will conclude with selecting and contacting one or more available informal mentors. In the first step of this process, you will type a description of the theme for your questions. You might have just one question about a theme or a whole bunch. You begin by typing a theme, which is one or more questions that are conceptually and expertise related, into the dialog box. After clicking the button at the bottom of the screen, you are then invited to frame questions that form part of this theme and for which you are hoping for mentor support. The resulting question screen invites you to do two things: type your question and categorize it using a range of expertise categories. You can select a category from the drop-down list. When finished with the question, click the Add Question Need button shown on the screen to save the question. With your first question in place, you will be brought to the screen for Step 2 for the establishment of an informal mentoring relationship. Here, you see the theme name you created and your first question is listed. You may add more questions by clicking on the plus icon, or you may edit or delete an existing question from your list of questions in this specific theme. Once you have entered your expertise categorized questions and click the Finalize button, you enter Step 3 of the informal mentorship process. In Step 3, you access each of the questions from the list displayed, and in so doing, you will be presented with a list of mentors with expertise in your category. Drill into each question and pick a mentor, which is described further on the next screen of this tutorial. Once you have selected all the mentors you have interest in, you click the Finalize button at the bottom of the screen, and MentorMosaic will clean up its work, process your requests, and save everything for you. Here is shown the list of mentors who may be a good match for each of your questions in a theme. You can scroll through the list, read the credentials and interests of the prospective mentor, and decide whether you think a short-term match might be made. If you like what you see for a mentor, you can trigger an invitation to the mentor by clicking the arrow button. When you do, MentorMosaic will trigger email and app notifications to the prospective mentor. You can choose more than one if you feel you want a breadth of experience. After choosing a prospective mentor, the system fires off communication. When you get back to this screen, you'll see that the arrow button, which was used to invite your mentor, is now a green check mark, showing to you that your invitation is on its way. Follow the obvious prompts back to finalizing your mentor selection for each question in the app. Directions through the process are in the app and meant to be intuitive. If you are a mentor, you also have a home screen, but your screen has a different color. The core buttons remain the same as those shown to the mentee. You can access your expanded profile, created from data you supplied on sign-up, from the button on the toolbar at the bottom of the screen, and edit various elements as you feel fit. Note that for your participation in a formal mentorship, the system has generated for you a unique mentor ID number, which is shown on your profile. You should share this number with a mentee with whom you've been matched so they can initiate the mentoring bond. When your mentee has entered your mentor ID number correctly, both you and the mentee will see the mentorship listed on your formal mentoring screen. You can drill into a mentoring pair by clicking on the list item, and you will see access to the tools for formal mentorship. As you access the tools, you will see lists of completed forms that you can access, forms that have been initiated or completed by your mentee. We believe you will find access to all completed tools intuitive and helpful to your partnership, and are not showing you the full range of screens that you could encounter. Explore them freely. If your profile was selected for an informal mentorship opportunity by a mentee, you will be notified of the request in the app through the screen entitled Potential Informal Mentorship Opportunities. This screen is easily accessed from the second button shown on the toolbar at the bottom of your screen. For each request from a prospective mentee, you first see the question that is posed. When you click on the question item on your screen, MentorMosaic opens an additional detailed window, including the question, mentee name, and date of the request. If you are willing to support this person as an informal mentor, click the button I am interested. If you feel another is better suited to addressing the question, you do not have to engage with the opportunity. Once engaged, the system opens up a chat pathway between you and the informal mentee. You may start a new chat, view all chats related to this question or topic, and view all chats between you and all users of MentorMosaic. You can rapidly jump to a view of all chats by clicking the button third from the right, labeled Chats, on the bottom toolbar. That concludes our quick tutorial on using MentorMosaic. If you have questions or encounter unexpected technical challenges, please reach out to us through the app by reporting a concern or by email to info@guidingstarcc.com.